I am live. Hey everyone. I am just fixing my screen to also be able to see my notes that I took for today. I'll wait a little bit just to get some other people on, but I'm really excited to talk to you guys today about something that I absolutely love, which is just doing service for others. And I know that it's not necessarily what we talk about here. We talk about nutrition and we talk about fitness and we talk a lot about ourselves, of our own goals or things that we're trying to achieve. But I know from personal experience, as well from so many people that I trust and respect so much, that life really is about doing service for others. And it's kind of why I started working against gravity altogether. So I want to read you some of my favorite quotes just to start us off. One is from Gandhi, and that's: "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in service to others." Second quote is from Muhammad Ali, which is: "Service to others is the rent that you pay for your room here on earth." Another one by John Gordon, which has to be my favorite, is that you don't have to be great to serve, but you must serve to be great. And I want to just talk about today the reasons why doing service for others is super important for you. So it's not necessarily, I know you're doing something for other people and you're helping other people, but what can it do for your life and why is it so important? Why do all these amazing leaders who have helped so many people, who are respected across the world, believe so much in doing service for others? So I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons as to why I think it's important to do service for others, that are not necessarily about helping people, because that's the obvious thing, but about discovering what service for others can do for you. So the first one is discovering abundance. A lot of us live in this state of, we operate from a state of scarcity. That means that there is only so much to go around. So if someone else becomes successful, that means there's less opportunity for me to be successful. Or if they get something, that means that there's less of it to go around for me. So that's what scarcity. But when you participate in service for others, you realize that life is not necessarily all about the me, and it's a lot more about the we. We are a group, we're all connected by something that, we're all of the same species, we are all in some way connected, and the mindset shift changes from that to consuming things to contribution. So you change from what is it that I can consume or what is it that I need to how much can I contribute. And in that case, you all of a sudden realize that how much there is in the world, and not necessarily operating from a place of scarcity. You realize how many people are out there, how much people need, and how much that there is to give. So that's one great reason to practice service for others. The second one is the gratitude for yourself. When you are feeling gratitude, it is impossible, I learned this from Tony Robbins, it's impossible to feel any negative emotions. So you can't be angry and grateful. You can't be sad and grateful. When you're feeling true gratitude, it's impossible to feel those other emotions. So when you're serving others, you realize that you have so much to offer. And what you have to offer is so much more than things. It's not necessarily donating money. It's not necessarily donating things, which is really, they're all really great. But when you're physically donating your time and your effort for other people, you realize that you have other things to offer, which is your presence, your time, your attention, your effort. And then you start feeling gratitude for your own life and all these abilities and skills that you have that can completely change someone else's life or affect their current situation. So an example, tomorrow we have 35 WAG members, which is incredible, and friends that are coming to help people that are still suffering from the Hurricane Harvey that hit Houston. And you realize, you have a body that you're physically capable of going and helping other people. You have the freedom to go and spend some time just donating your time for free to help other people. The gratitude that you can have for yourself and for your own life when you're doing something like that is going to have a profound impact on other people's life, but it's also going to have an impact on your own. Number 3 is that practicing service for others can reduce stress. So when you're in the midst of helping others, it's kind of like an escape from your own life. So allowing yourself to spend time dedicated to solving other people's problems or brightening their day, you can completely disconnect from the daily stress of your own reality. You forget about the issues in your own life, and you're really just feeling the love and connection between other people and focusing on what you can do for them. And it gives you this space to get away from all those things going on in your life. So it's a great way to reduce stress. So if you're feeling a little bit stressed in your life, service is a quick way to fix that and to reduce it. Number 4 is connection. So there's a really famous Harvard study that connection is the key to living a long and healthy life. We often find ourselves, in a routine. You go to work, you go to the gym, you come home, you get your kids ready, you put them to bed, you read a book before you go to sleep, or you sit with your husband and you watch a TV show. And you don't often see that many people. There's not a lot of people who are, connecting with people that are much different than themselves. And when you practice service for others, you're going to find yourself in a scenario where you're connecting with people that are very different than you. Their life experience is different than you. Maybe they are going through a really hard time and you've never experienced anything like that. That ability to connect with people and the opportunity to meet people that you wouldn't necessarily have met anywhere else is going to give you a new level of empathy and compassion, and ultimately a connection that is the key to living a long and healthy life. So I think it's a really awesome thing to connect with other people that it would have otherwise been very difficult for you to connect with. Number 5, which I think in my life has been easily the most profound impact that it's had on my life, doing service for others, is perspective. The problems that you think you have or the things that you think are a big deal completely diminish when you see others who are struggling. So, going to Houston and gutting the sheetrock out of a house of somebody who just literally lost their entire home puts some things into perspective. The gym workout that I missed or the macros that I didn't hit all of a sudden don't become as much of an anxiety provoking instance as it would have in the past. And it really helps you realize what is actually a big deal in your life and what you might be making a bigger deal than it necessarily needs to be. So helping people maybe who just lost their homes, people who are in a nursing home and they don't have any family that can come and visit them, whatever it is, it's going to put your stress into perspective, and you're going to quickly realize that what you think is really hard in your life is not necessarily as hard as you might think it is. I'm going to finish us off with some ways to volunteer. So I think for some people who aren't necessarily as easy to just, take initiative and do things themselves, there are some really good websites like dosomething.org, and that's a good website that shows what you're interested in. It can connect you to things near you and connect you to different opportunities to volunteer. But there's going to be in every single city, in every single place, there's going to be opportunities for you to do something. It's just taking that step to ask to help others. So some of the simple and easy ways that I can think of that are not necessarily donating money or things would be to donate blood. Blood, especially if you have an O-type blood, the universal donor, that's going to be a really great opportunity for you to help a lot of people that, it's a life and death situation to donate your own blood. It's also like giving a piece of yourself, which is kind of crazy thing to think about. Visiting a senior home. Nursing homes are often places where people go and that's where they're going to live like till the end of their life, and some of them don't have any family left, some of them don't have any friends left, some of them never get visitors. And I think that going to a nursing home of all the places is going to give you the most perspective of how short life is, how much you should be grateful for the time that you do have, and how to actually take some action to achieve whatever it is that you're looking to achieve. I think visiting a nursing home is really awesome. It gives you perspective to not end up in a nursing home and have all these regrets behind you. So appreciating every single moment that you have. Another thing you could do is coaching a local youth team. There's a number of local youth teams in schools and high schools, in various recreation centers, different places that you can go to just volunteer your time. I mean, a lot of people here are super active. If you know things about soccer, if you know things about basketball, if you know things about softball, it gives you an opportunity to connect with the next generation and also to share your skills and passion for a sport that you might love. Something else you can do is to fix and serve meals. There's various different food kitchens in different cities. You can go and volunteer your time. They're always going to be looking for people to come out and help. And who doesn't love giving people a fresh meal that, maybe they haven't had the opportunity to get a meal in a long time. You can also volunteer in a hospital. People that are going through a really hard time. There's nothing more motivating to fight against any illness than happiness and purpose and a friend or connection. It really does give people strength to push through some really difficult times. So that's another one. And last one is going to an animal shelter. Going to any animal shelter, see if you can help, whether it's to clean the cages or it's to help them pick up medication to bring for the dogs, whatever it is that they need help with. It's going to make you feel so good. Don't think that any of that type of service is below you or you don't have the time for it. You should be, I think 99.9% of the people that are in this program definitely have an hour a month or 2 hours a month to go and dedicate towards helping other people. If you're feeling super motivated by this talk I just gave you on how serving others can help you, I would go right now and find somewhere that you can go and connect with and you can help some people with your time and your effort. So find anything near you where people are looking for volunteers and go and help out, and maybe you'll make a new friend, maybe you'll gain some perspective, and I promise it's going to just make you feel awesome at the end of the day. So as much as it is selfless, it's also a little bit selfish. I hope that I'll leave you with one more quote. My favorite quote it's actually from a business guy named Joe Polish, but he said that you are not entitled to anything unless you create value first. And I totally love that. So go out there and create as much value for as many people as you possibly can. And I hope that this inspired you guys to do something like that this weekend. And if you're going to be with us this weekend in Houston, if you're not, that's cool too. I mean, we'd love to see you, but it's cool too. But if you will be there in Houston this weekend, I'm super excited to see you. And we're driving there shortly after I get off this call. So thanks for tuning in if you did. And post to the comments if you're going to go and do something this weekend and let me know what it is that you're going to do. Bye, guys.